handful of auditions this week for like student films, which was really fun. That was a good time. I felt good. I haven't heard who knows what's gonna happen, but I felt good about them. I felt like I tried new things. I had fun doing them, so that was cool. It's a little tricky with Thanksgiving coming up because I'm not going to be in town for about a week, so I can't really audition for a lot of stuff because it's all going to be filming that week and yada yada. So in any case, I had my class on Monday, which was really good, my acting class. I really like it because it's just like there's so many things that, like techniques and things to do. It's constantly amazing to me how much like work acting is. Not that I like thought it was just gonna be easy and whatever, but I just was like, oh my god, there's so much that brings characters and scenes and scripts to life that I just didn't know about. I didn't think about. I never would have thought about. So that was cool. I drove a lot this week. I drove a lot this week. Let's just stick to that. I also do this other acting. So I have my acting class on Monday, and then I have this other like acting group part of. It's called AFT, and it's basically it's really helpful. There's a lot of strategic like business things to it, to kind of basically create your own opportunities. It's a lot of who you know in this industry for sure, and it's not just like happenstance. I met this person at Trader Joe's and whatever. It's a lot of purposeful acquaintances and making sure you're strategic with your time, your effort, and all of that stuff. So anyways, Tuesday I had every Tuesday we have an 8 o'clock meeting. It's like one of my biggest hurdles, I guess, or questions I have is like my typecasting, like what the perception of me is, because you know, on one hand people know me and they're like, oh, you're a cheerleader, you're very nice and friendly and girl next door, and I can see that, but I don't feel that. Oh, this is like stupid. I don't feel that necessarily. I used to be very like bubbly and personally and like that. I used to be that, but now I'm not as much, because the world has ruined me. No, I'm just not as much, and I'm very guarded. I wouldn't say cold, but I have been called a robot once or twice. So anyways, but I'm trying to figure out that where I fit, like what my thing is. And I gotten good feedback. I've heard recently that I'm like a fighter, like I give off fighter vibes, like Pamela Adlon and Kat Denning, which I love Kat Denning, and now that I put Pamela Adlon together, I love her too. And I'm like, oh, I could do that. I could see like those roles and looking like them. So I'm exploring that this week, and a lot of miles on my car. Between Wednesday and Saturday, I drove 400 miles on my car, and I think I sat in the actual car maybe like 36 hours. I had Wednesday, I got to go to Lake Arrowhead for a show, which was so much fun. It's I've done that show a handful of times, and I always like going out there. It's a bitch to get out there, but that's fine. And sometimes there's like 2 people in the bar. It's like whatever. This is just me talking to myself. But like because it's winter, they get a lot more people. So there are a lot of people at the bar, and it was really fun. I had a really good time. Had a really good set. Just like felt very good about it after. People offered to buy me drinks, and I got hit on by a lesbian, so like 2 thumbs up. Oh, Tuesday I had a show in Santa Monica, which was really fun, at a hostel. It was a lot of people, I mean, they all spoke English, so that was fine. It was really fun. I wasn't sure how some of the jokes would go over with like language barriers about EBT cards, and I was like, oh wait, they might not know what an EBT card is. And so I was like, I had to say EBT card, like government assistance, you know. That was still fun. I tried a couple new jokes out about my dad, and they went really well the first time I said it, and I was like, that's exciting. And I've like said it again since, and not the same reaction, so I gotta figure that out. That was Tuesday. Anyways, Wednesday I drove to like Arrowhead. It was like a 3.5-hour drive up there, 1.5 back. But I actually had to get out there early because I had my first comedy class. It was so much fun. Like everybody there is, it doesn't feel like a starter class, which like that's fine too. It feels though like everybody in that class has been doing some form of stand-up and has some experience, so it's not just like the basics, and the technique I guess they use, or like their strategy, is A lot more like you be on stage and be a person having a conversation. Don't be like an actor up there. So the lady who runs it, Leslie Wolf, also owns a casting agency. She does a lot of commercial casting. So she was also giving input like, oh, I would cast you as this, I'd cast you as this, oh, I could see you this. And they also told me, they were like, you look like somebody who would, they said, you look like somebody who would murder somebody and get away with it. Not a bad idea. No. So that was cool. So that was really fun. I'm excited for that class to see where it all goes, all of that. Thursday I went to San Diego, which was super fun. Oh my god, I went to San Diego again. 3.5 hour drive down there in traffic, like 2 hours back, not a big deal. I had a show at Madhouse Comedy Club out there, which was fun. And I didn't realize that Madhouse and the Laugh Factory are like on the same block in San Diego. And I got there early, so I was like, let me go get a quick bite. And I walked by the Laugh Factory, and my friend Angelica was doing a show there. So I asked the door guy, I was like, hey, can I go and just like say hi to her? And he basically was like, no. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I don't care. And then I get to the pizza spot, and I get a DM from her on Instagram that's like, hey, call me, it's about San Diego Laugh Factory. And I was like, oh my god, did they tell on me for asking if I could go say hi? Like, that's, I hate that. She had no idea. She was just like, hey, it's like, someone's not here, do you want a guest spot? It's 15 minutes, it starts like right now. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, I've never done the Laugh Factory down there, so I was like, absolutely, that'd be amazing. So I finished my pizza, went, and I was like, I thought the door guy was going to assume that I was lying to him, because I was like, hear me out, I promise you I'm on the show. Like, he was like, it's fine, go ahead. Great, it was so much fun. But like the timing was kind of tricky because I was on the other show like third to last, and then the Laugh Factory show was supposed to be up first, but it started a little bit late, then like the order got a little mixed up. So I had to like basically like run to Madhouse, and I was like, can I go next? I want to get this set. Did my time there, and then ran back to Laugh Factory, and then did my time there, which was super fun. And that also, both were like small audiences, but it was, again, those were two really fun shows. I had a good time. Just like, man, it was already worth my drive to go there, because like, just being in San Diego is always fun. Even getting to do the Laugh Factory there, and doing it was just 15 minutes, it was great, so I had a good time. And then I got home like at midnight, had a lot of late nights. Wednesday I got home at midnight, Thursday I got home like 12:30, and then Friday I went out to the Redlands, got home at like 12:30, did a great show out there, felt fucking phenomenal after that show. It was so much fun, I had a blast. My friend Jess runs it. That was another long drive. I'll do this. I work during the day. During the day I was filming some of the auditions. I had one that's like a UGC style audition, which is always, those are fun, but like so tricky to me, because it's like, I don't know, I don't know, whatever. Did that. This weekend was very busy, and like I was very thankful, but I had, for my AFT thing, we had like a virtual retreat from 8 to 1 o'clock, both Saturday and Sunday, and then I signed up for this self-tape acting class at my acting studio. That was from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, so I only got to do half of my retreat, and then I went to this class. But on Saturday, I forgot the retreat started so early, so I didn't wake up until like 7:50, and I had enough time to like take my dog out and then log in. And my intention was to like go to the grocery store and get like food, so I had lunch for the thing, whatever. And then I thought the second class started at 11, and it actually started at 10, and at 9:50 I got a notification that was like, hey, class starts in 10 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. So I had to like immediately run out there. I was like 15 minutes late to class, like didn't get to put makeup on, threw on clothes. I didn't get to rehearse my lines I wanted to rehearse, but like thankfully I was able to like memorize them really quickly. I just was like not prepared at all. I felt very like rushed and like stressed that entire day, because the class ended at 5, but I had to be in Corona, California, which is like South California or South LA area, whatever. I had to be down there in Corona at 6:45 for a show, and there was just like realistically no way for me to get there by 6:45 if I even left LA at 5. And I still had to come home, take my dog out, and then I like had to do my makeup in the car because I didn't get to do makeup. And then I drove all the way down to Corona, did a show at this brewery down there, and it was horrible. It was awful. I was like, there was at one point at the end of it, I'm like telling a joke, right? And this one table, two couples, are just like laughing. Just like, and it's not at my joke. They're just like laughing over my joke. And I'm like, I can't bail on what I'm saying. I gotta keep going, but they're laughing and I feel like I'm in middle school and people are making fun of me and I don't know what they're laughing at, but they're laughing at me. And it was not a good feeling. So I was like, whatever, hate that. Immediately did my set, hung out for a hot minute, and then had to come back to Hollywood for another show. Was fine, it was nothing to write home about, but apparently tell the internet. But Sunday, yeah, I got up again, 8 o'clock, had my retreat, which was good. We talked about voiceover. And then I had my class, the workshop, which was again, like super, super helpful, very, very in-depth and detailed. I haven't been like in a lecture setting like that in a long time, but it was really good. So I think right now, like my biggest thing, I had dinner with my girlfriends, and my biggest thing is like, I'm at like I feel like I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, either it's like shit's gonna take off or it's not. And I'm banking on the taking off part. I'm manifesting that. I'm envisioning that that's gonna happen. Because I have all of the tools. I have the instructions, I have the connections. I just have to execute it all, which is like the hardest part. Because I feel like I'm spread very thin across all of these endeavors I'm trying to do. And I feel like I'm half-assing all of them instead of giving like my full ass to anything. Like stand-up suffering a little bit because I'm not able to like dedicate the time I want to write to it as much. The acting is suffering a little bit because I don't have the time to dedicate to that as much as I would like. My writing suffering a little bit because again, I'm not able to dedicate. I'll do like a little bit and then leave it for a couple of days. So it's like there's not enough hours in the day, although there's plenty of hours in the day. So a little bit of a struggle right now trying to figure that out. But here we are. It was a fun week. Better than the week before. It's crazy. The world's weird. My dog is good. My dog is healthy. I'm healthy. We're making it through. We're gonna be okay. I feel like I need to get ready for tax season. And that's just this week. All that happened. It'll be fun. Ew. I can't wait. That's it.